YouTube, what's up? Is going on? It's your boy Steve from the Valley Garage. Today, the episode is, what is the fattest tire I can put on the stock rim? I hate that question. It is the most asked question about anything to do with the Honda Fury. Pay attention, okay? Stock rim size is 200 millimeters wide, 50 millimeters tall, with a rim of 18.
The biggest, absolute biggest tire that you can put on the Honda Fury.
Stock rim is a 240 50 rim size 18. 240. That's 40 millimeters extra. Now 19 millimeters is 3/4 of an inch. 3/4 times 2 is 1.5. So it's 1.5 inches. But being put on the rim, it doesn't really look like that. And there's not much of a difference from 200 to 240, to be honest. The safest you could go would be 210. Any more than that, especially on the 240 size tire, the tire is going to start to bulge, okay? Because the rim itself isn't very wide. So if you go a 240 millimeter tire, which is the widest you can fit on a stock rim, you have to do some slight modifications. Now, 200 would be like this. 210, a little more. 240, you're bulging more like this. And when you're doing that, you run the risk of running into your subframe. You'd have to depressurize the tire. Your bolts might not work depending if what kind of accessories you have, whether it's a fender relocation or if you did the T-modification, like that kind of stuff. Your tire could then particularly rub on the inner side of the fender, and you don't want to have that done either. So, to be honest, 200 stock, 210 you can get away with, but what the heck is that? That's not much of a difference. You can go all the way up to a 240. The 240 again will bulge, it will stretch, it'll be a tight fit, and you'll have to modify that. Number one. Number two, if you're gonna put the tire on yourself, I mean, you can certainly do that. It is a pain in the ass, especially if you want to keep all of your fingers and your sanity. I would advise somebody else to mount the tire for you, and therein lies the problem. Finding a dealership or a tire place to go out of spec and put a 240 millimeter tire on your rim. They may not want to do that for liabilities. Maybe you know somebody who's like, I don't give a what you're gonna do. As long as you pay me, I'll put whatever you want on the rim. So there's that to contend with. If you truly want a wider tire on your Honda Fury, the only option would be a 260 millimeter tire, and that would be the Sumo X kit. The Sumo X kit, you would cut your frame, remove the frame altogether, take off the wheel and everything else on the inside, take off your swing arm. That has to be sent out to be modified, widened, and then put all back together with a new rim and a new mounting bracket and new rear fender with struts to maximize your lift capacity. So altogether, if you don't want to have any issues, you keep the stock rim and the 200 width. If you want to go up to 240, you may have to modify your bike in order to make that fit, deflate the tire, so on and so forth, to put all that together. And you'll have to find a place to will actually go out of spec and put a larger tire on the rim. Hey, it's your bike, do what you want to do. Third option, you go with the Sumo X kit, which is a complete rebuild of the rear end, and that will set you back about $3,000. If you got the funds, that is the best way to get the widest tire possible on your bike. I will put links in the description below of the Sumo X kit. Talk to Pat, tell him the Valley Garage sent you, and you can go from there, all right? So that's it. What is the biggest tire I can put on a stock rim? Quick and dirty answer is 240 mil by 50 by 18. Okay. All right. Again, that's it for the last time. Don't ask me again. Look in the forums. Look at this video. It's all about fun and games. But hey, if you learn a little bit of extra, that can't hurt too. All right. Y'all have a good one. Enjoy the weekend. Peace.